Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Before the revelation of Surah Yasin, the hearts of the people of Makkah were veiled with arrogance, ignorance, and denial. They mocked the messenger of Allah, questioned his integrity, and scoffed at the concept of resurrection. They held fragments of decayed bones in their hands, raising them with disbelief, and asked, "Who will bring these bones back to life? You claim to be a messenger, but you are a liar. How can this be possible?" Their words were filled with mockery and disbelief, yet the wisdom of Allah is beyond their comprehension. In His infinite mercy, Allah revealed Surah Yasin, known as the heart of the Qur'an, to awaken the hearts of mankind, to soften hardened souls, and to guide humanity to the light of truth. This surah, revealed in Makkah, addresses the fundamental realities of existence, the certainty of resurrection, the day of judgment, the signs of Allah in creation, and the moral responsibilities of humankind. The surah begins with the mysterious letters Yasin, which call attention, demanding reflection. Scholars have explained that these letters are a divine alert. Pay attention, O human being, for the truths that follow are from your Lord. Allah then reassures the prophet, "O messenger, indeed you are one of the messengers, guiding with the truth, delivering the divine message without deviation." The Qur'an is not poetry, it is revelation, precise in its meanings, profound in wisdom, and transformative for hearts and minds. The Quraysh, steeped in pride and attachment to worldly desires, mocked this message. How can a human like us deliver God's message? He eats, sleeps, and lives like us. Where is the proof of life after death? They were blind to the reality of resurrection and denied the signs around them. Allah swears by the Qur'an, affirming the certainty of His words, demonstrating that the prophet speaks only by divine guidance. Swearing in the Qur'an is not a weakness, it is a method of communication to impress upon human minds the seriousness and truth of the message. Allah presents a vivid image of the state of disbelievers. Their arrogance is likened to iron collars around their necks, lifting their heads high, blinded by pride. They cannot perceive the truth beneath their feet because of stubbornness and ego. Barriers in front and behind represent fear of the unknown and attachment to fleeting worldly pleasures. Only those who approach the Qur'an with sincerity, humility, and reflection can benefit from its guidance. The surah then reminds humanity of the certainty of resurrection. We give life to the dead and record every action, every trace, and every intention in a clear book, the Imam Mubin. Everything humans leave behind, whether a child raised, a book written, a charitable act, or even a harmful influence, is documented. The one who created life can certainly bring it back, for creation is the hardest act, and resurrection is easier for the Almighty. Surah Yasin recounts the story of the messengers sent to the city of Antioch. 2 messengers were initially sent, but the people rejected them. Out of mercy, Allah strengthened them with a 3rd. Despite their truthful guidance, the people ridiculed them, blaming the messengers for famine, disease, or natural calamities. The messengers clarified, "Our duty is only to deliver the message. Misfortune comes from your actions, not from us." Amidst this rejection, a humble believer, Habib al-Najjar, emerged. A carpenter by trade, he ran through the streets calling people to truth, courageously declaring, "O my people, follow the messengers. They seek no worldly reward and bring only guidance from Allah." Threatened by violence, he remained steadfast, defending the oneness of Allah. Even when killed by his people, he prayed for their guidance. "My Lord, forgive me and my people." Allah honored his steadfastness and courage, granting him paradise. His story stands as an eternal example of unwavering faith, mercy, and courage in the path of truth. Allah draws attention to the signs of His creation in the natural world. Dead lands, once barren, come alive with rain, producing lush vegetation. Night and day follow ordained paths, and the sun and moon traverse their orbits with precise timing. Mountains, rivers, seas, and animals all testify to His power and wisdom. Humans are called to reflect on these signs, to recognize the Creator behind every phenomenon, and to act with gratitude and righteousness. Life is a test. The rich are tested with generosity, the poor with patience. Many excuse their inaction, saying, "If Allah wanted, He would feed the poor Himself. Why should we act?" Allah teaches that giving in His path purifies the soul, strengthens faith, and earns eternal reward. The Prophet ﷺ exemplified this through acts of charity, feeding the needy and caring for the weak. Sincere actions for Allah's sake are the path to success in this life and the hereafter. The Qur'an emphasizes the reality of resurrection. The disbelievers who mocked the bones were reminded, the one who created them the first time can bring them back to life. He knows every kind of creation. The Creator who brought forth life from nothing can surely resurrect the dead. On the day of judgment, humans will rise from their graves. Their own limbs will testify against them, leaving no excuse for disbelief or wrongdoing. Believers, in contrast, will be rewarded with eternal bliss in paradise, enjoying rivers, gardens, fruits, companions, and the divine greeting, "Peace be upon you." No worldly pleasure compares to the joy of Allah's mercy. Human creation itself is a profound sign. From a single drop of fluid, humans develop into complex beings with senses, intellect, and free will. Observing mountains, rivers, oceans, stars, and galaxies reminds humanity of the one who created all. Life, from childhood to old age, health to frailty, is a continuous reminder of Allah's omnipotence. Reflection on creation leads to gratitude, worship, and moral responsibility. The story of Habib al-Najjar teaches timeless lessons: courage in faith, mercy even towards enemies, and steadfastness in conveying truth. His unwavering belief, even in the face of death, serves as a guiding light for all believers. Allah reminds that all dominion belongs to Him. Life, death, sustenance, and resurrection are under His command. Faith, reflection, and righteous deeds lead to success, while arrogance, denial, and heedlessness lead to punishment. Surah Yasin emphasizes the signs in the cosmos. The sun provides light and energy. The moon traverses its phases. Planets follow precise orbits. Stars and galaxies exist in harmony. Atoms, molecules, and particles move with divine order. The universe itself reflects Allah's infinite knowledge, wisdom, and power. The surah highlights human responsibility. Life stages, from birth, growth, and maturity to decline in old age, serve as reminders of the Creator's plan. Each blessing, ability, and talent is a test. Humans are accountable for their actions and choices. Reflection, gratitude, and ethical conduct are essential to navigate life successfully. Daily blessings, such as animals, ships, provision, and protection, are gifts from Allah. Humans must recognize these gifts, express gratitude, and act righteously. Life is a trust, and survival depends on divine mercy. On the day of judgment, all will rise. Disbelievers, arrogant and heedless, will face the consequences of their choices, while believers will enjoy eternal reward. Paradise will contain gardens, rivers, fruits, spouses, and unimaginable pleasures. But the greatest blessing is the divine greeting, peace be upon you. The joy of witnessing Allah's mercy surpasses all other rewards. The Qur'an invites humans to reflect. From creation to resurrection, each stage is a lesson. The one who created life initially can recreate it. Disbelievers are reminded of this ultimate truth, while believers are encouraged to maintain faith and righteousness. The Prophet ﷺ was not a poet. The Qur'an is not poetry. It is guidance, warning, and light. It separates the guided from the misguided. Humans are tested through intellect, senses, heart, and will. Those who follow guidance succeed. Those who reject it fail. Creation, mountains, rivers, oceans, animals, plants, stars, galaxies, obeys Allah's command. Nothing collapses or slows. The universe itself testifies to His limitless power. Allah reminds, the one who created the heavens and the earth, can He not create humans again after they die? Resurrection is certain. Those who reject it will face consequences. Those who accept it will rejoice in eternal reward. Allah continues to remind humanity through the signs of His creation that His power is absolute and infinite. Consider the stars in the night sky. Billions of suns scattered across the universe, each with its own orbit, yet none colliding with the other. Galaxies rotate and cluster in perfect harmony, an immense cosmic clockwork, all testifying to the one who knows everything, from the largest universe to the smallest atom. Every particle, every drop of water, every leaf on a tree obeys His command. Humanity is but a tiny creation in this vastness, yet Allah granted us intellect, free will, and responsibility. These gifts are immense trusts, and with them comes accountability. The surah emphasizes reflection on life, death, and resurrection. Humans often live heedlessly, consumed by worldly desires, forgetting that their bodies are temporary vessels and that their actions have eternal consequences. Allah reminds us, we created you from a single drop of fluid, and you continue to grow, mature, and eventually age and die. Do you not reflect? Childhood, adolescence, adulthood, and old age are stages of divine planning, each filled with lessons about dependency, growth, strength, weakness, and the ultimate return to Allah. Observing this progression, one must acknowledge the Creator and prepare for the life to come. The story of Habib al-Najjar serves as a profound moral lesson. His courage in the face of mortal danger, his unwavering faith, and his mercy toward a people who wronged him exemplify the highest standards of human conduct in Islam. Even at the moment of death, his concern was for the guidance of his people rather than his own safety. Allah rewarded this selflessness and bravery with paradise, illustrating the principle that sincere faith and righteous deeds are always acknowledged and rewarded, even if the world fails to recognize them. Allah presents natural phenomena as proofs of His power and wisdom. The alternation of night and day, the orbit of the sun and moon, the rain that revives dead land, and the growth of fruits from barren soil, all demonstrate signs for those who reflect. These signs are not mere wonders. They are lessons in gratitude, responsibility, and the recognition of Allah's infinite ability. The Qur'an repeatedly urges humanity to observe, ponder, and learn. Do they not see the creation of the heavens and the earth and everything Allah has created? Their eyes are blind and their hearts inattentive. The human soul and its moral responsibility are central to Surah Yasin. Wealth, health, knowledge, and social influence are tests. Those endowed with wealth must exercise generosity. Those afflicted with difficulty must exercise patience. Injustice, arrogance, and heedlessness are condemned, while humility, charity, and reflection are rewarded. The disbelievers often rationalize their inaction with excuses. If Allah wanted, He would provide. Why must we act? The Qur'an teaches that human action is a necessary component of divine testing. Providing for the needy, seeking knowledge, and striving in the path of righteousness are acts of worship, transforming daily life into a spiritual journey. Allah addresses the certainty of resurrection with clarity. Disbelievers who mocked bones, saying, "Who can bring these back to life?" are reminded that the one who created life initially can recreate it. Life is not limited to this worldly existence. Death is a transition, not an end. On the day of judgment, every soul will stand accountable. The limbs, eyes, ears, and skin of each person will testify against them. No sin, no deception, no hidden intention will remain unrecorded. The faithful, however, will witness the mercy and rewards of Allah, entering paradise with all its blessings and divine peace. Paradise is described in the Qur'an as a realm of unimaginable beauty and eternal bliss. Gardens of lush greenery, rivers of pure water, milk and honey, fruits of every variety, cool shade, luxurious couches, and loving companionship await the righteous. Yet the greatest reward is the divine presence of Allah, the most merciful. When the people of paradise hear His greeting, "Peace be upon you," all worldly pleasures pale in comparison. The Qur'an emphasizes that spiritual fulfillment surpasses material enjoyment. The ultimate joy lies in closeness to Allah and witnessing His mercy. The surah also highlights the consequences for disbelievers. Those who persist in arrogance, disbelief, and heedlessness will face the consequences of their actions. On the day of judgment, they will be separated from the righteous and brought before Allah to receive their due recompense. Their limbs will testify against them, revealing every act of injustice, arrogance, and neglect. They will realize the truth they ignored in life, but regret will come too late. This imagery emphasizes the justice of Allah, the certainty of accountability, and the seriousness of moral responsibility. Surah Yasin repeatedly calls for reflection on the signs in the cosmos. The sun is a source of life, energy, and light. The moon, following its phases, provides balance and rhythm. Stars and galaxies obey precise laws. Mountains stabilize the earth. Rivers nourish life. Rain revives barren land. Each element is a manifestation of Allah's design and wisdom. Humans are encouraged to recognize these signs, not merely as natural phenomena, but as reminders of their Creator, urging gratitude, worship, and ethical conduct. The Qur'an addresses human attitudes toward divine guidance. The Prophet ﷺ was ridiculed, called a poet, and accused of deception. Yet the Qur'an is clear. It is not poetry, but revelation, precise in its meanings and transformative for those who seek truth. Faith is not inherited, nor is it dependent on societal approval. It requires reflection, sincerity, and submission to divine guidance. The Qur'an functions as a criterion, separating truth from falsehood, guidance from misguidance, and light from darkness. Creation itself is a reminder of Allah's omnipotence. Humans are born from a single drop of fluid, nurtured in the womb, emerging helpless and dependent. Growth, learning, aging, and decline all illustrate the divine orchestration of life. The human body, mind, and soul are gifts and trusts demanding responsible use. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought is part of a continuous process of life and accountability. Death is not the end. Resurrection is inevitable. Allah reminds humanity, the one who created life initially is fully capable of bringing it back. The story of the people of Antioch who rejected the messengers and killed Habib al-Najjar is a timeless example. Their arrogance and denial led to their destruction. The Qur'an teaches that rejection of truth, arrogance, and heedlessness carry consequences not only in the hereafter, but often manifest in worldly consequences as well. The example of Habib al-Najjar emphasizes courage, mercy, and unwavering faith, providing guidance for generations of believers. Allah's signs are also evident in daily life. The growth of plants, the energy stored in trees, the transformation of sunlight into food, the rise and fall of rivers, and the sustenance provided through animals. All are lessons in divine provision. Humans must recognize these blessings, act responsibly, and express gratitude. Acts of charity, kindness, and moral conduct are not only social obligations, but also spiritual paths toward nearness to Allah. The Qur'an emphasizes human intellect and reflection. To ignore the signs in the heavens and the earth is to reject evidence of divine existence. To live heedlessly without consideration of life's purpose is to disregard the trust granted by Allah. Each human is endowed with faculties of perception, reason, and moral judgment. Using these faculties responsibly is a path to success. Neglecting them leads to loss. The certainty of resurrection is reinforced with vivid imagery. Humans will rise from their graves, shocked and fearful. The trumpet will sound, and every soul will be brought before its Lord. Limbs will testify against them, leaving no room for denial. The righteous, however, will enter paradise, witnessing the fulfillment of divine promise. This certainty calls humans to prepare for the inevitable, to live righteously, and to heed divine guidance. Surah Yasin concludes by emphasizing the sovereignty of Allah. He created the heavens, the earth, and all that exists. Nothing occurs without His will. From creation to resurrection, from sustenance to judgment, all is under His command. The one who created the first life will certainly recreate the dead. Worship, gratitude, reflection, and moral conduct are the responsibilities of humankind. This surah, like all of the Qur'an, is a call to recognize the oneness of Allah, prepare for the hereafter, and live a life of faith, reflection, and righteousness. Through this surah, believers are reminded of their purpose: to worship Allah, act justly, reflect on creation, and embrace the guidance of the prophets. The cosmos, history, and human experience all point to the one Creator. Arrogance, heedlessness, and denial are condemned, while courage, mercy, and unwavering faith are praised. The surah emphasizes that life is a test, and ultimate success lies in obedience to Allah, reflection upon His signs, and preparation for the life to come. Every verse of Surah Yasin contains guidance, warning, and mercy. The stories of the messengers, the signs in creation, and the certainty of resurrection all converge to illustrate Allah's omnipotence, justice, and mercy. Believers are encouraged to act, reflect, and maintain faith, while the disbelievers are reminded of the consequences of arrogance, denial, and heedlessness. The surah ends with the eternal truth. Allah is the creator, sustainer, and judge of all, and every soul will ultimately return to Him.